kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to ISUPK.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire.
Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th Annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Mind over matter, still trying to purge these. If a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud, you keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo, like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no-no, not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill, I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine, I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trip. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bitch. Nope.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him, say, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why you don't mean I can't find you? He means like, who is this nigga, man? Like, where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Hamma wa Ayya Yahau. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto. Right? Excellent. So al, when it's joined with something, means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't. She can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him, and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, like, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens, and that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause the niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K. started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the commanding general Yahanna. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, we've been teaching so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that according to the Bible, you know what I'm saying, we are the true descendants of those Israelites you read about. You know what I'm saying? The greatest history of people, the greatest lineage, God's chosen people that everybody else wants to claim to be. You know what I'm saying? That so-called Jewish man in Israel today, he wants to claim our culture. You have all sort of African tribes or whatever who want to claim your culture the same way you had, what was it, those Jewish, and I'll say it like that, those Jewish in Samaria and so on and so forth. Everybody wants to claim to be you. Matter of fact, everyone wants to claim now that they can be a spiritual Israelite. But there is a bloodline of Israelites in this earth today that the Most High promised would never perish, would never, die off. As much as they've tried to commit genocide against us and unalive us like nobody's business, we as a nation, as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have survived and thrived, you know what I'm saying, even through the oppression that's prophesied about in Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right, now, you know what I'm saying, with your identity, with knowing who you are, comes rules, comes regulations, comes morals, comes laws, comes a history, comes a culture, comes an identity. You know what I'm saying? And along with that identity and your culture comes a language. You know what I'm saying? Like every other culture and custom has a language of their own. But what do blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans speak? Like we speak the languages that was whipped into our back by our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? That there is power in having your own language that you can communicate with your own people and nobody else knows what you're talking about. You see them East Indians do it all the time. You see them Chinese people or Japanese do it all the time. But they're talking about you in their native tongue and you don't know what they're saying. There's power in that. There's a certain strength in that ability. All right, so this is the, you know what I'm saying, the Lashawan Qadash class where I teach you how to read, write, and speak biblical Hebrew. All right, so shalom to everybody that we got on the stream. Of course, Kayala, shalom, princess. Yahweh Shema, Hashem Yahushai. Mosiah in Christ. Also, shalom to everybody in the comments. We got Rabqua, shalom, sis. Mosiah in Christ. We'd say her registry as well. Rabqua, Bathra Alban, Ban Yasha'ala, Mosiah in Christ. The water to the correction from General Q last week. All right, so the way we state our registry, I'll go over a bit later. But for sisters, you would say Ban Yasha'ala every time, all right, as opposed to Bath Yasha'ala. Okay, we got Tribe of Judah in the building. All right, Mosiah in Christ, a young man checking in from Orlando, Florida. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. What else we got? Bada bing, bada boom. Scroll down a little bit. We got here. Sister Jasmine, River Trooper Yazakar, Mosiah in Christ, checking in from Fountain, North Carolina. Mosiah in Christ. Shalom to you. Shalom, shout out to your husband. We got Kwame Da in the building. Yahweh Shema Lataba Shem Yahushai. All right, Kayalak in the comments. Mosiah in Christ. All right, Kwame Da staying in the registries of Kwame Da, Bath Yahawada. Okay, so with the last part, so as per General Q's correction, the sisters will say like Bath, your tribe, but then still Ban Yashala, right? So Judah would be still the son of Israel as opposed to saying yourself as the daughter of Israel, right? So in state in your registry, and that's what I'll go through now since it's the since it's relevant at the moment. You'd state your registry as Kwamaida Bath Yahawada Ban Yashala. Okay, let me do that up here. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me share this right here. Okay, so the way sisters would state their registry, or the way anybody would state their registry, right? You'd say your name, then you'd say Ban or Bath, depending on whether you're a brother or a sister. Then you'll say your tribe and the Hebrew, and then everybody, whether you're male or female, will say Ban Yashala, right? Meaning son of Israel. Okay, so you're saying your tribe, the person whose tribe you are a son or a daughter of is a son of Israel. You know what I'm saying? All right, Shalom 2. Almost. Okay. We got Raj Karab in the building. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Most High Christ. Man, long time no see. I know we getting ready for this Passover. Good night. Good night. We getting ready to party at this year's Passover. No sweat. See you there. All right, we got Adolphus Last in the building. Shalom. We got the sister Marisa. Yahweh Shema Bashmi Shai. She stayed her registry as well. Marisa Bath Banyamian Banya Sha'ala. Most High Christ. So Marisa, the daughter of Benjamin, the son of Israel. All right, the water. Okay, so to start off this class, you know what I'm saying, as many of us are, unfortunately aware of, because in this society, in this kingdom, you cannot escape certain things. Like you cannot escape Christmas. You cannot escape. And when I say escape, I mean you can't not know about it. Like there is no way you go about your life in this wicked kingdom under this devil and oppressor without learning about Christmas. Just by proxy, just by proximity to all the damn Christmas songs playing as you're going through this in the shops, through all the commercials and advertisements you see on TV. Every show got a Christmas special and things like that. There are certain things you cannot escape. Valentine's Day is one of those things. Valentine's Day, which everybody is getting ready to celebrate, tomorrow and the day after. For the brothers who got more than one woman, it's always, I guess the main one gets the 14th, and then the side pieces or side piece gets the 15th or the 16th or whatever. They get the day after. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is getting ready to, give each other chocolates and flowers and socks, I guess. Like if you're a man, you don't get no good gifts on Valentine's Day regardless. So you ain't really bothered about it. But women, I mean, good night. Women are getting ready to just receive all the gifts in the world, just every gift in the world. And if your man doesn't give you a gift, then apparently he doesn't love you. If your man doesn't get you a gift tomorrow, specifically, like he could get it today, but you're still expecting something tomorrow. Like he could have got you something last week. He could have got you some flowers last week. But tomorrow, if he doesn't get you something, it's over. The relationship's over. You're breaking up with him and you're going to sleep with somebody else who appreciates you. Because if a man doesn't give you a gift on the 14th of February, then just throw the whole relationship away and go sleep with somebody else. That's what Valentine's Day basically teaches us. They say it's about love and it's about, showing love to one another. It's about nothing but money and lust. It's about money and lust and selfishness. I mean, it comes from, for anybody who doesn't know, as with anything that Christians celebrate, it's pagan. You know what I'm saying? It comes from a Roman festival called, I think it's Lupercalia, something along those lines. I may be mispronouncing it, but it's essentially where, oppressors used to just go around having, intercourse with one another, getting drunk. I think they used to like smack the women on the behind to improve fertility. Yeah, that's what this whole thing is about. And they dress it up with, some flowers. They dress it up with, red hearts, where even the heart represents like a brothel. Like it represents a woman bending over. That's what the heart represents. You know what I'm saying? But they'll dress it up with some. I mean, I never understood this. Some baby, some naked baby, mind you, who flies and shoots people with arrows to make them love each other. I mean, I implore a Christian to explain that to me. Like, where is that in the Bible? But you got some naked baby flying around, shooting people with arrows and making them fall in love with each other. These come from pagan Roman deities, right? All you have to do is look it up, right? But in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, these sons and daughters of Israel in here, we don't serve these other gods. We don't serve these fake customs, these pagan customs. We serve the Lord up in here. All right, so to start the class, let's start by going through the Hebrew alphabet. So Kayla, could you read through this alphabet for me? Most High Christ. Most High Christ. So as the sister read, so A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Fa. All right, so that is the Hebrew alphabet. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes up the Hebrew language. Okay. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get into tonight's class. I'm going to break down some scriptures, you know what I'm saying, that just go along with why you should put down Valentine's Day. If you haven't done it before, let this year be a year. Let this year be the year that you put down Valentine's Day and serve the Lord, that you put down your own selfishness and your own desire to just please some woman who's going to leave you anyway. Just the desire to just get on your knees and bow down and get whatever gift this woman has on her Amazon wish list, on her Shein wish list. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gift it is that she desires, you want to bow down and get her this gift and serve this woman, who the woman is serving the devil. The woman is serving the oppressor who's pushing this whole thing in her face. He's pushing this whole thing and telling her that if your man don't get your flowers on the 14th of February for some reason, then he just doesn't love you. He doesn't love you, and just get a new man who appreciates you and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like Valentine's Day, and you can look up the stats. Valentine's Day and days like these pagan holidays always have like record highs of negative things. Like Valentine's Day, I can guarantee it has the record highs of, what do they call it? Fidelity, of adultery committed. On February the 14th, I mean, record high levels of adultery is committed. That's what Valentine's Day is about. On this day, you know what I'm saying, record high levels of divorces happen on this day. Because this day is not about love. This day is absolutely not about love. It's about service. It's about either serving that woman or serving the devil. And we know that serving the devil only leads to death. It don't lead to anything good. It leads to divorce. It leads to your heart being broken because your woman done stepped out on you because because your oppressor had you slaving on the 14th. So your woman just getting her Valentine's gift from somewhere else, getting her Valentine's Day experience from somewhere else. I mean, good night. All right, but let's not stay on that. Let's get these scriptures broken down. All right, so I want you to read the first verse we're gonna break down is Proverbs chapter 3. It's like chapter 31 and verse 3. Okay, so Kyla, whenever you're ready.
Kayauka, wa Durakika,
Lamakwa. Malakian. Most High Christ. Okay. Now, as we like to do, is there any words or phrases that you recognize and could translate? Also, if there's anybody in the comments, if there's anything that you see that you recognize or you think you might know what that word or phrase means, by all means, put it in the comments. All right, but Kayala, over to you. Are there any words or phrases that you feel you recognize?
Kayal.
Mm-hmm.
Kayal is like I don't know what would fit here based on context, but it's like strength or skill or
strength or skill or like virtue, right? Virtue, which is like your name, right? Your name comes from this word kayal. It's just the feminine version. So kayala, right? This word means strength, might, skill, virtue, which is what virtue means. Virtue is your strength, your might, so on and so forth. So you're absolutely right. So this will be, so we have kayal, but then we have kayal ka. So what does kayal ka mean? Your strength, absolutely. All right, your strength, or you can write it as thy strength. Absolutely. Okay, so thy strength. Well done.
Darak Ya. Darak Ya is my way or my path.
So I wouldn't focus. So it ends in the ka. So that's who's the Darak belongs to, right? The Darak Ya is almost a way of pluralizing it. So you know how you could do like Darak Yam, or some way. Sometimes you'll see Yam as the plural, but sometimes we just see the Ya by itself to pluralize it.
So Darak Ya is just ways.
Ways, right? Ways. Or sometimes I like to almost translate the Ya as like of, right? Sometimes it may not be plural, but you could translate it as like Darak means what? Way or path. So you could translate it as like path of you or the way of you, right? So it'd be in how we'd say it more modern today as your ways, right? And then we have this wa at the beginning, which means what? It means and or a continuation of what's being said, right? In this context, we're going to use the word nor, right? Nor, which means also don't do this, right? You'll notice the first part of the sentence is going to be, well, you can break it down for me in a second, right? But this is going to be nor thy ways. All right. And then if there's anything else you recognize.
The word malak. Does malak have more than one definition?
Yes, malak. Almost every Hebrew word is like more than one definition, but the definition you're thinking of is likely the one. So what is king? That's correct, right? The definition malak is king. Now this yan at the end. Now usually you'd see yam, right? I think it only appears as the plural malak yan like once, and that is here in this particular scripture, but typically it would be like malak yam, right? But it's put it as malak yan, but either way it means kings, right? So kings. Okay, any other words or phrases you want? Okay, no sweat. So let's run it from the beginning. All right, so matter of fact, let me see. I wanted to get my thing on my phone so I can share the full screen. Let me do that. Give me 1 second. All right, shalom. While I do that as well, shalom to the young man checking in from Seattle. That Washington, WA. Seemed like Washington, right? Anyway, Seattle, WA, whatever that is. Shout out to you. All right. Let me get the let me stop sharing my screen and share the I want to share my full screen so y'all can see on this side. All right, so I was just in this word Malak, right? I was just in Malak, which is king, right? King or royal. In its basic sense, it means king. Okay, let's go back to the verse. Let's get it. So we have al-Thathan, right? This Thathan, the root word here is Nathan, right? So, Kayala, with the word Nathan, do you know what that means? It means give, right? So the Thathan means like thou give. You know, like the preposition tha means thou or thee. So Thathan is like a shortened way of saying you give, right? Or give thou. But then we have this al. Yeah, this al next to it, right? And when al is joined, we know that when it's joined with a noun, it means unto. But when it's joined with a verb, what does it mean? It means no or not. The same thing as like la'ah, right? You'll see la'ah tha something means thou shall not, like la'ah tha Aisha, thou shall not do or thou shall not make, right? La'ah tha, like ibada, right? Thou shall not work or do any servile work, so on and so forth, right? So al thathan means thou shall not give. Let me type this up. So thou, let me do it this way. Thou shalt not give. Okay. Then we have la nashiam. All right, so la nashiam. So this la here is a preposition, means two, right? It means two. Now nashiam, it comes from the root word asha, right? And it shortens to nash. So like nash or nashiam, there's a word in the next verse we're gonna read, which is like nashyawa, right? But the nash part means like a wife, right? It means a wife or a woman, right? So la nashiam would be to or unto women, right? Thy strength. So this translates to thou shalt not give to women, or thou shalt not give thy strength unto women, right? Meaning you're not supposed to, the thing, you know, as a man, you are the head, right? You are the lead. You are supposed to guide your household. But in this day and age, this devil flips the natural order of things. He flips and puts the woman over the man, where nowadays we're saying things like happy wife and happy life, and you don't want to do it, but you just had to please the woman, and you're giving your strength, you're giving your power to women. Like you know, the woman is damn near beating you down, and you become submissive to her. Whereas you might even know that Valentine's Day is pagan. Damn near, you know, 9 times out of 10, brothers don't even care for Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is just another way of their pockets being empty. Like they already have to shell out and work 3-4 jobs and do whatever for Christmas to buy their kids gift. Now Valentine's Day comes around, and it's another thing they have to spend an exorbitant amount of money for, to show their woman how much they love them. You know what I'm saying? According to this devil. Right? But give not your strength unto women. That's what the Bible says. Right? Nor thy ways. And then we have la makwath. Right? So the root word here, so la makwath, the root word we have is makah. Right? Makah, let me see, means to wipe out or to destroy. All right. So it means a word basically to stroke out, to erase, right? To wipe out. Okay. Know thy ways. So this will be, we have la and then makwath, right? So it's almost turned a verb into a noun, right? So makwath, you have makar, which means to destroy. And then makwath is to things that destroy, right? Things that cause to erase, things that cause something to disappear, to destroy, right? And then kings, right? So know thy ways to that which destroys, to that which, I need a H here. You can put destroys, you could put wipes out, you could put erases, so on and so forth. And here it put know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Okay, so I'm gonna put that. To that which, can I fit destroyeth right here? Or should I just put it on the next line? Let's put it on the next line. That which destroyeth kings. Okay, so thou shalt not give thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. What does it mean when it says thy ways? Meaning the way you operate, the way you live, the decisions you make. As a man, again, you were supposed to guide the household. You're supposed to set the rules. You were supposed to make sure that this household is serving the Lord. But instead of serving the Lord, you give your way. You give away your morals. Like, instead of putting your foot down and saying, we ain't going to do this because that's against the Most High, you'll say, well, I know it's pagan, but, I got to do it for my woman. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it for my old lady. I do it for, the missus. I know it's pagan. I know it's against God. I know the Bible is against it, but, it's for the kids. Like, don't give your ways to that which destroyeth kings. And you're really only doing it for your children, damn near, because of your woman. like your woman is pressuring you to make sure your kids get some Christmas gift, or your kids can go out and celebrate Halloween or whatever. Like, Satan attacks you through your woman, because we know that women are more susceptible. Women are more naive. I mean, damn near, sin came into the world because that serpent got to Eve. That devil got to the woman, and that woman convinced the man. That's always the way it goes. Satan gets in the ears of you, woman, and your woman gets in the ears of you and turns your heart away from the Most High in a way that destroys kings, a way that can take down from the greatest man to the poorest man. A woman, speaking something in his ear could be his downfall. It's happened plenty of times. I mean, Samson gave his strength up to Delilah because she was in his damn ear too many times. It's just nagging him. Good night. I mean, sometimes you can just beat a man into submission, damn near, and he'll just give it up. He'll just give his ways up to you because whatever, you might look fine. The tail look good, I guess. And these are things that happens. Like the biggest weakness for a man is a woman. So, man, you got to be very vigilant. You got to be very vigilant when days like these come around, and it's pagan, but your woman's talking into your ear. Say you ain't. I don't give my strength to women. I don't give my ways. I don't. The way I run my life doesn't. It doesn't come from, like, I don't take orders from somebody who's so easily swayed this way and that way, and emotions is up and down and whatever. You as the man have to lead that household. Don't let Satan lead you through your woman. I rest my case. Let's go through the next scripture. Let's go through the next verse. All right, so we got the next one. We have 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 4. All right, so Kayala, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Yahanna.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'ai.
Mm-hmm.
Zakwana.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, yeah. That's correct. That's Zakwana.
SHALAM.
Mm-hmm.
Quash. Yawa. Nashiwa.
Nashiwa. Mm-hmm.
Hatawa,
Mm-hmm.
Lababa,
Mm-hmm.
Hakaria,
Mm-hmm.
Alahaya,
Mm-hmm.
Hakariam,
Mm-hmm.
Wala Haya,
Yep.
Lababwa, Shalom, Yahweh, Yahuwah,
Yeah. I'm Yahweh.
Yah.
Mm-hmm. No, sir. I know sometimes you don't see it when you're focusing on the letters. Go ahead.
Alahaya,
Mm-hmm.
Kalabab,
Mm-hmm.
Dawida,
Mm-hmm.
Abba Yahweh,
Khan. Abba Yahweh. Mm-hmm. All right. No, sir. No sign of Christ. So let me see. So, all right. So let's break it down. So we have. Matter of fact, Slack here. Before we break it down, are there any words or phrases that you recognize?
the word Labab, is that like its own word, or does it have something to do with the word love?
Labab is damn near another way of saying lob. So like the two ways of saying this word is lob and labab.
So you mean something?
Okay.
Heart?
Mm-hmm.
And is the act like unto?
The ath, so the ath is a word which it doesn't have a direct definition, but it lets you know what the verb applies to. So the verb here is going to be hata. So we have hatawa, right? But the root word is hata. Or I think it's like hata.
A car there?
Mm-hmm.
A car is like behind,
Mm-hmm.
after,
Yeah.
another, something like that.
Exactly. Right. In this context, it's going to be after. Right. After.
After me, or the Yah is not.
The Yah is not necessarily meaning me.
Alahaya,
Mm-hmm.
gods,
Mm-hmm.
and then Akarium. Is this after, or is it a different word? Like one of the other definitions.
Yeah, like you were saying, a car can mean like after, behind, or like another. In this context, it's going to be another, right? So alahayim, akarium. So the akar here directly correlates with alahayim, right? You can see that by the fact that it's plural, right? So alahayim, akarium would be other gods or gods after the Most High, right? Or gods aside from the Most High is what it's saying. So this would be like really, I wish I could have these in the same line. That put them together as just other gods, right? So I'm gonna just put other, right? But you would read this as like alahayim, akarium. Akarium here would be like an adjective, and the adjective goes after the noun, right? Adjective goes after the noun. So alahayim, akarium would be other gods. All right.
Ra'a is no or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then Haya is be or become.
Mm-hmm.
To be or become.
To be or become, right? In this context, now this haya, right? This haya is in its perfect tense, meaning it's being completed already. So this would either be like became or was. Like haya can be like to be, it can be like is. Haya in its perfect tense, meaning it's completed already, would be like was, right? So this would be and was not
again. Labab.
Mm-hmm. Right. So what would lababwa mean?
His heart.
His heart. Right. So this is the same thing we have up here as well. So his heart. It's the same thing. His heart. Mm-hmm.
Shalom is peace.
Shalom can mean peace. There's other definitions for it, which I want to get into in a minute. So we'll come back to this word.
I'm Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
The only definition I know for I is people, nation. Is it like people of the Lord or something? Or the Lord's?
That would be a very good translation. So I'm can be people, nation, like kinfolk. It also, in essence, the word I means together. Right. So that's the context of the definition we're using here. So this would be the more I'm would be together with the Most High, right, or with the Lord.
This Alahaya.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just Allah.
Mm-hmm. So it would be read as far as I'm aware as like Alahayawa, but it means the same thing. Like Allah or Alahaya means God, right? Or Alahayam means gods, right? When we have Alahayawa, would just be his God, right?
Again is heart.
Mm-hmm. So what? Mm-hmm.
If it's in front, that's preposition.
Yes. That's okay. So ka as a as or like, right? Exactly. Comparing something, right? So this would be you could use either as or like. I'm gonna use so as the heart. Right? And then
Dawada is David.
Dawada is David, right? You see over here, it says like Dawayad or whatever. This Yah is looking like another one of those letters because you go into the word and it's Dawada, right? Dawada. I mean, it's the same as like the word uncle, right? Which is Dawad, right? Dawada is his name meaning beloved. Okay, but yeah, I've like changed it to just say Dawada, right? That's David. Okay, so this would be like you could do like as the heart of David or as David's heart, however you want to word it. But that's in essence. I mean, okay, since it's kind of going like part for part, let's put as the heart of David. So, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it like a different version of father with the Yah at the end? Or?
So I think this is where I was saying like sometimes the Yah, I just read it almost as the word of, right? So we know Abba, as you're absolutely correct, means father, right? Abba Yahweh is just another way of saying his father. So I almost just read it as the father of him, right? But it's basically saying his father. All right. So his Father. I want to be able to check the see if there's any comments. Give me one. All right, carry on.
So actually, the Nashua he was talking about, is this also just women, or is this like a different version of the word now?
Yeah, so Nashia would be like women, right? Then we have Nashiawa,
This woman?
his woman, right? Matter of fact, even I'm supposed to have, like, if you look at it here, you have Nashia and then Wa. The Wa means his. So I'd usually have a dash here, right? Nashiawa. So his women, or in another way of saying his women would be his wives, right? So either one is fine. His women or his wives, you're saying the same thing, right? So I'm gonna put it as his wives.
And SHALAM
Mhm.
was Solomon.
Solomon, exactly, right? We know that was, he says David is his father, right? So we know Shalom, which comes from, of course, the word shalom, meaning peace, means to be whole. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Shalom would be like to serve peace. So this king was named after the word peace, as he was supposed to serve peace, right? So this is Solomon. Solomon.
This word Yahya, is that like its own word? It's like it's not Yah and then Haya. This is one word.
It's damn near like Haya and Yahaya is all it comes from the same word. Like if you see over on the right, it comes from Haya, right? So Yahaya is a way of saying it's damn near the same as Haya. It's just kind of written different, right? So this would be and it was, right? Or and it became, or and it came to pass, right? It's kind of the same way. You'll just see it written a lot of times as either Haya or Yahaya, but it's the same word, right? So this would be and it came to pass.
I think that's all I have.
Okay, all right, no sweat. Real quick, 1 second. Let me stop sharing my screen a second. Do something. All right, so let me go ahead and start breaking this down. Give me a second. I see also. Okay, Khan, brother, go back. Yes, sir. Seattle, Washington, most sign Christ. The Zapon in the building. Yeah, how about me? Brakada. We got the young man, Michael, checking in from California. Most sign Christ. Shout out to you. Yeah, how about me? Brakada. All right, let me share my screen again. And as you know, if anybody knows, these answers or recognize these words again in the comments, all right, do just put in the comments the word. All right, so let me put this over here and just make sure I can see the comments live. Give me 1 second to get set up. Bing, boom. Okay. All right, so I can see the comments. Okay. So so we right here at the beginning, right? So wa yahaya. So and it came to pass. We have la'ith. So we have la as a preposition meaning two or four, and then we have the word ith, right? Ith can be like the time, or can be a preposition or adverb meaning when, right? Meaning the time of this or the time of that, right? So this would be and like saying when or to the time right? So on and so forth. But we just define this as like saying when, or when the time of, and then the next word, right? It came to pass when the, in fact, I'm gonna combine this phrase. All right, combine these two. So let me remove this, right? Zakwan or Zakwanath, the root here, but the root of this word is Zakwana, which comes from Zakwan. Kaila, do you know what the word Zakwan means? Okay, no sweat. Let's go into it. All right, Zakwan. You see, Zakwana comes from the word Zakwan. Zakwan is a word for beard, right? And it can also be old, right? So you can see this is the word here, which means like an elder or old age, an old man. And you can see this word from Zakwan. This is the word which means, well, this is another word, the same word Zakwan, which means beard, right? Meaning, the old man typically will have a beard, so became known as that as well, right? So Zakwan meaning elder or old. We have Zakwana, which is another way of saying like old age, right? So Zakwanath is old age, right? So when the time of like Solomon's old age, right? So really I could put like the three together. Well, let me see how it breaks it down here. It does like when Solomon was old, right? So in the time, let me see, in the time of old age, well, I'm supposed to put the old age of Solomon. Well, let me just do, I'll combine the whole phrase. So it's basically like when Solomon became old, when it was his time of old age, right? So when Solomon was old, right? Or I could put was in his old age. Okay, so and it came to pass when Solomon was in his old age, his wives, then we have Hatawa, right? The word here, I believe I said it was Hata, is actually Nata, right? Nata here is the root word, right? But it's kind of changed up a little bit. You'll see that often in Hebrew, but for now, we can just focus on kind of the root words and amending that based on the rules we know. But the Bible is poetic. It's written. It doesn't always follow, the grammatical way of doing things, right? So Nata means to stretch out, to stretch forth, to turn aside, to bend, to bow, to hold out, right? So to incline, to turn, incline, influence, right? So this would be to turn, right? His wives turned his heart after God's, right? So, King Solomon had wives of many nations. He had like 700 and so on and so forth. He had a lot of women. King Solomon was a gallus, as we'd say today. Like he was a king who had, hundreds of women. And that's just how he got down, right? But these were heathen women. A lot of these were heathen women. And over time, in his old age, like he kept the laws, I suppose he didn't keep the law of, not dealing outside your race. Like even in the earlier verses right here, it says, King Solomon loved many strange women, right? With the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, of the Chinese, Japanese, so-called white people, Zidonians, which I believe would be Africans, and Hittites, another tribe of Africans, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, right? Neither shall they come in unto you, for they will turn your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. He clave unto these women because he loved them. The same way you're going to, get your woman some Valentine's gift because you love her so much. Because you love her, you're going to break God's commandment. You're going to serve some pagan Roman god and, celebrate Valentine's Day because you love your woman, right? And you give your strength unto a woman, and you give your ways unto that which destroyeth kings. There's the same downfall of King Solomon. These stories are in the Bible for us to learn from them, and not repeat the same mistakes. Whether it's a strange woman, whether it's another nation woman, or whether it's a woman of your own flesh and blood, like Eve, Adam and Eve. You can't listen to a woman if it's going to cause you to turn your heart away from the Most High. It's more likely with another nation woman, but be not deceived. You know what I'm saying? Don't be simple and thinking that because I got a black woman or because I got a Hispanic or Native Indian woman, you know what I'm saying, she gonna be, she gonna be down, she gonna be one west. Or a woman can still, you want a woman that's one west, but a woman can still be deceived. A woman can still be turned this way and that way. It's up to you again to lead, right? So yeah, he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. This man had 1,000 ribs, and his wives turned away his heart, right? So it came to pass when Solomon was in his old age, his wives turned his heart after gods, right? After other gods, like this, how you'd read that, right? And was not his heart, and his heart wasn't, right? Then you have the word shalom, right? Shalom is a word which means, it can mean peace, it can mean whole, entire, you know what I'm saying? It's defined here as perfect, right? It means complete, safe, whole, full, at peace. Also can mean perfect, right? Perfect and full and finished, okay? Right? So his heart was not, you can say complete, or it was not perfect with the Lord, okay? So, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father, right? So David's heart was perfect with the Lord, but Solomon's heart got turned away following women. Don't be like Solomon, right? Even the Bible says like that Solomon was one of the wisest kings, but even his heart got turned away from outlandish women, right? Whether it be women of another nation or just women that listen to another nation, that are trying to serve customs or traditions of another nation. You have to stand on business. That's the only way I can word it. You have to stand on business and serve the Most High, right? Don't serve your woman. That ain't gonna fly as an excuse. When Adam said, well, it was the woman that you gave me, that didn't fly. He still got cursed and cussed out. You have to lead. You cannot allow a woman to, lead you down some path of serving some pagan god. You know what I'm saying? And with that is the breakdown part. Hold on. Almost signed Christ. His brother put his registry in. All right, so Yalad Michael Ban Yahuda Ban Yashal. Most High Christ, the young man Michael, son of Judah, son of Israel. All right, Most High Christ. Okay, so that's the verses. Does anybody have any questions or anything else they want for the class? Or if not, we'll move to the second half of the class. All right, y'all just put it in the comments. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So if you do need anything, just let me know. But in the meantime, let's get this ready for the second half of the class. Okay. All right, so boom. So we're gonna be reading from Numbers chapter 15 of verse. Let me just do 15. So I need to do it in the chapter view anyway. All right, so Numbers chapter 15. The Lord's about sacrifices. Okay. All right, let's skip to verse 15. We're going through vocabulary. All right, so get your vocabulary notebook. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have a separate notebook or, I would recommend if you're doing vocabulary, note it on like the back of the notepad or whatever whatever type of situation you have, so that you can do your Hebrew notes, the classes in the front, and then get vocabulary in the back, so you can refer to it as almost like a dictionary. Now, as we going through words, if it's a word you already have or a word you already recognize, you don't have to keep writing down the same word. But by all means, if there's a word you don't know or haven't come across, write it down, right? So let's see. So we have Quahal. Okay, Quahal here meaning assembly, congregation, or gathering. So the first word or first phrase of this this verse, right, verse 15, we have ha as a preposition. Oh, let me just bold this lane here. So ha as a preposition. What does that mean, Kyla?
Yeah.
The, right? So ha as a preposition is like a way of saying the. Okay. Then you have Quahal. Right? Quahal. Quahal is an assembly or a gathering, right? Which is basically what an assembly is, right? So if you go into it, assembly, congregation, gathering, right? That's all its definitions, right? Assembly, companies, which a company is an assembly of people, right? Crowd, horde. You can use it in that context. You can use it in the context of an army, right? But it means an assembly, a gathering. I can even add a congregation. Why not? All these words are damn near synonyms, right? So it's not even like different definitions. Congregation. Okay. That's the word Quahal, right? So ha Quahal, you have Kakwa. Right? Kakwa is like a statute or an ordinance. All right, it's like, yeah, let's put Kakwa. All right, Kakwa is a statute, an ordinance. Let me see what it's mostly defined as. Appointed custom, manner, ordinance. Right, so you see statutes is most, right? Statutory, ordinances is next, custom, right? So not ordinance, or not statute even. Good night, Slack here. Let's type a little bit sometimes. All right, statute, ordinance, or custom. Okay. All right, then we have akath. Akath, the root word for akath is akad. All right, which means one. Sometimes you just see it as akath, or like you'll see sometimes a number and it's like feminine. All right, if it's relating to, I don't really know the rules on when it would be in its regular like a card, or when it would be in a kath or anything like that. So I'm not going to teach something I'm not fully 100% on. Right. Then you have lakam. Right. Lakam. This is not like a word itself. Right. You don't have any H number here, but you have la as a preposition, meaning what? 2 or 4. Right. So la as a preposition. Preposition means 2 or 4, right? Then you have kam. What does kam mean as a suffix at the end of a word?
There.
Not there.
No.
Your, right? So at end of word, it means your. In the masculine plural sense, so masculine plural, right? It means your as in, would be like the like this is your if it's with like a noun, that this is your house, this is your book, whatever it is, this is your, right? Or it could be to you, as in like to you all, right? So I do this as like your, right? In this context right here, right, which is again, they're both the masculine plural. So let me do so your or your, depending on the context, right? It's the masculine plural of you, right? So you would be ka at the end of a word, right? So this would be like laka, where it's lakam, that's your, right? So this shall be for you or to you in the plural sense, right? Then you have wa lagar, okay? So we have wa as a preposition. What does wa as a preposition mean? And, right? And, or basically a continuation of what's being said, right? So I put and in brackets, continuation. Okay. So wa, la, so la here again would be to or for, right? So for y'all and for, then you have the word gar. Gar is a word which means stranger. Okay. So stranger, sojourner, right? Let me see what it's mostly defined as. You see alien here, which is just a stranger, somebody who's not from where you're from, right? That's why them devils love to call, which doesn't even make sense. They love to call our Latino brothers aliens, which doesn't make sense because you're the aliens. Like the Latinos were there first, right? But that's it's just a racist oppressor. You can't. I mean, it just is what it is, right? But the word "gar" means stranger or sojourner. Okay. Immigrants, strangers, foreigners, the same thing. Yeah, someone who's traveled to your land who's not from where you're from, right? So you could use an immigrant, whatever, right? So on and so forth. We have Hagar. All right, so this would be like, hold on. Okay, so this is Gawar. So this is almost verbalizing this word. So this is to sojourn, to be a stranger, right? To sojourn, to dwell, to reside, to live as a foreigner, right? To sojourn or to be a sojourner, basically. Okay, so let me see. So Gawar, that would be like the present tense of this word. So it's almost like the word quam, right? The word quam means to rise, right? In its perfect tense, it would be rose, right? If you just write quam, it would be rose. If you write quaram, it's like a quawam, that would be rise or rising, right? So on and so forth. If you have gawar, this is the present, more like the present tense. You see right here, the perfect tense is just gar, right? So if you was to say sojourned, right, or lived as a foreigner, like past tense, like was a foreigner, right? You just write gar. If you're saying somebody is sojourning or they're currently a foreigner, right? You'd use gawar, right? So matter of fact, I'm gonna do it almost like this right here. So gar as a noun would be the stranger or sojourner. Then you have gar as a verb. It means to sojourn or to turn aside from the road for lodging or any of the purposes, sojourn, blah, blah, blah. All right, it would be, where's the list of definitions? To sojourn or like be a foreigner, right? To be a stranger. Let me see. Sojourn. Okay, let's see. To sojourn, you could do like lodge. I'm gonna put live as a foreigner is a pretty accurate definition. All right, so let's do it like that. Foreigner. All right, to sojourn or live as a foreigner. Okay. Right, so you see Hagar, so it's like the stranger that dwells with you or that lives as a foreigner, right? Or this would be like lived as a foreigner, right? So this is past tense. He's not, just started. He's already been living with you. Okay. You have kakwath. So it's the same thing as kakwa. It's like a kakwa, right? Which is statute or an ordinance or custom. You have iwalam, right? Iwalam, which means forever, right? Or everlasting, or for a long period of time. Okay. You see right here, forever, everlasting, right? So look at this. So iwalam means, comes from the word ilam, meaning hidden, right? So it's literally, in essence, meaning a time that is hidden from you, a time so far in the future, you damn near won't live to see it, right? So for you, as far as you're concerned, it's forever, right? All right, so forever, everlasting is damn near the same word. I'm gonna put like forever or a long time. Okay, you see like definitions like long, lasting, continual, long ago, perpetual, right? It might not be quite literally forever, like infinite, but for a long duration. All right, I'm gonna put it like that, long duration. Okay, we have la darath. Okay, so we have darath, which means a generation, right? It means your generation, your children, right? So we have la as a preposition. Darath is generation, and then darath yakam would be like generations of you, right? Of your, right? With the kam at the end. Okay, so why is it showing? It's like a dawar. And go back. Okay, so the word here is like dar, right? And then darath would be like the let's see, would that be the plural? Let's see, masculine plural, darathia, and then the kam is like your. So it says dawar here. Let's see, is there a right dar? So it can also be written as dar, right? So like in the so it's late Hebrew and biblical Aramaic, it's just dar, right? So that's what we would do. That's the more ancient. Okay, so dar is like a generation. So this darath, let me see if there's a this is a absolute. Okay, plural, dawarium or darium. Let's see. What does it say? A period generation. Okay. Anyways, we're basically mainly focusing on the root, right? So it's generation, age, or the period of time. Okay. So the Rathiakam is 2 year generation or 4 year generations. Okay. Then you have kakam, right? So ka as a preposition, as we did earlier, means what? As or like, right? So we have kakam would be like as y'all, right? So as you, and being in the plural sense, as the stranger. So hold on. Will be your ordinance forever throughout your generations, as you are, as the stranger, so shall be before. Let's see the. No, a second. Let's throw me off a little bit. We get this here. We in what? Numbers 15 and 15. I just want to see how it's translate it. Numbers. Yes. It says, "As ye are, so shall all." Okay. So like you are, the same way shall the strangers be. Okay. And then yeah, so as you are, then it would be Kagar Yahaya. So it would be like shall be the strangers, right? As the stranger or as the sojourner, right? So then let's get the next one. So Haya. Haya. This would be to be, or like become, or is. Be, matter of fact, to be or exist, or come to pass. So like if you go into it, it basically means to be, to become is like more the past tense, to come to pass, to exist, for something to be, to exist, to come into being, right? As it like says here. So that would be like that'd be more the definition. To be, to exist, to come to pass. Right? Then you have Panya. Panya can be your face. It could be like to face, like to turn and face, or it could be in the presence or before, right? Like before the face of, in the presence. No, that's not how you spell that. Presence. It's better, but it still is off for some reason. All right, but that's fine, right? Panya means face, to face, right? Or in the presence. Then you have Yahweh, which is of course the Lord's name. Okay. We have Thawara or Thawara. This is where Jewish people get the word Torah from, meaning law, right? It comes from Yara, right? So Tha, let me even see. Would this be really like Thara, or would we have Tharathwa? Let's see if we have an instance of just Thara, because I'm suspicious of that Wa. Tharath. Thararath. Okay, I'm able to just put Thawara. Alright, so Thawara. Okay, Thawara. Okay, so it comes from Yara, meaning to teach, and Yara'ah, right? So Thawara. Okay, it means law or instruction. Okay, a precept, a statute, so on and so forth. Okay, yeah, custom, instruction, but primarily this word means law. So you'd have like this word meaning law, kakwa meaning statute, and then you have like commandments. To command is, how do you say command again? It's I'm curious. How do you say command? I have it, like it's in my head, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It's like Tazawa. That's it. So let me find it here, right? Tazawa, hey, perfect. I'm sorry, Christ, right? Tazawa meaning command. So like commandments would be like, how do you pluralize this? Probably like Tazawath. I think it's sometimes written as, right? But I mean, since we're here, I might as well put Tazawa in here, which means to command. Okay. Not command. To command. Those are very, very different words. All right. To command or give a charge, right? Give an instruction, an order. Okay. Let me see if Is there a how would like commandment? Let me see if there's a different way around commandments with the same word. Commandment. This is the chakwa, right? So you have it written like this. You have it written with a ha. The word we're looking for, matazawa. I think that's the way you'd say commandments, right? And it basically means of a command, right? So yeah, this is the way you'd say commandments. I mean, it was slightly different. So let me get that. Matazawa, right? So of a command, right? Commandments. Okay. And let's get back to what was over here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, where we at in 16? Let's see. We'll probably read 16 and then we'll close out with that. So we have Thawara, Akath, which we already have. Wa, Mashapat. Okay, Mashapat. Let's get in here. Okay. It means judgment. Okay, so we have Mashapat. And then since we here, I'll get the word Shapat. You know what Shapat means?
Judge?
Exactly. So you have Shapat as a noun, right? Which means a judge. And you'd have Shapat as a verb, right? Which would be to judge. As a verb. It's like, which means, so you'd have to judge. And this would just be a judge. Okay. Then you have Mashapat, which would be, something from somebody judging, right? Something a judge does. It would be a judgment, right? So it would be a judgment or justice. Okay. Or like you see right here, decision, so on and so forth. Well, if I go here, you see justice 118 times. You see, where's judgment? Judgments 62, judgments 40, justice 118, ordinances, which is like the rules and regulations. Like if you do this, you get this. If you speed, you get a fine. If you are alive, you get the chair, so on and so forth, right? Or you get stoned or so on and so forth. All right, so judgment or justice. Okay. Let's go back. So we have Akkad, Yahaya, we already have these, Lakam, right? Walagar, Hagar, Athkam, right? Okay. So dwells, right? Athkam would be like among. It's the okay, Ath is a preposition. So there's an Ath which like doesn't have a definition. And there is an Ath here which means against, among, or before. Okay, so let's note that down. Ath, let's just get it down as a preposition. Can mean, let's see what it mostly is translated as. Along, how, toward, against. Okay, let's do against. Among, or with, right? Before, against. Let's do against or with. With basically means among. Okay. All right. Let's see. Still got some time. Let's do another verse. Most of those were words we already knew. All right. Matter of fact, even this verse is pretty short as well. We already know all these words. So, Wayadabar Yahawa al Mashallah Amah. Kaila, break it down. What we got?
The bar is You said when the bar is like when you see like this is perfect, like it happened already. So like
Yes.
instead of saying like said is how you.
Instead of saying like speaking,
Mm-hmm.
it would be spake or spoke. It's already happened. Mm-hmm.
Yah as a preposition is he.
Mm-hmm.
So, al is unto.
Right. So we have Wayadabar Yahweh. Right. So the wa would be like and, Yah would be he, the bar would be spake. Right. So and he spake, and then Yahweh. So Yahweh is who's speaking. So you translate this as and Yahweh spake. Okay. This is to speak. God damn, I can't spell today. Right? Then you have al, right? And al, when it's joined with a noun, it means what? Unto. Okay. Showing this one line. Right? Then you have Mashah, which is Moses. Then you have Amar. You have La Amar here, but we already have La, right? The word Amar means what?
To say.
To say, right? Exactly. Right? So saying, right? Or to say. Then we have the bar al. Again, this is probably a verse we kind of already know a lot of these words, right? So the bar meaning speak, al, banya, right? So banya or ban yam means sons or children. You have Yasharala, which is what? Israel. You have Wa Amarath, which is the same word Amar. It's like and say to them, right? Then we have Al Ham, which again is unto them, right? So when you see this ham at the end of a word, it could be they. It typically be at the end of a word, it would more be their or them, right? If you see ham like by itself, it could be more like they or still them, right? So let me see. If I copy this here, just put ham at the end of a word, it would be like them or their. Okay. Then you have ba'akam. Okay, so ba is a preposition. Let me copy the preposition word. Ba as a preposition means what? And on with. Okay. Then we have ba'a. Ba'a means what?
To come.
To come, right? To come, to enter, so on and so forth, right? It can mean go as well, but it more means to come, right? To come somewhere or to come inside, right? Or to it can mean also to bring something, right? To go inside a city, right? That sort of thing. But to bring. Okay. We have al, which means unto, right? Ha, we have ha as a preposition already. We have arataza. What does arataza mean?
Earth or land.
Exactly, well done. Right? Earth or land. We have ashar. Which. Okay, you have anya. Anya means what? I. Most High Christ. All right, so this what happened when you attend the Lashawan Qadash class. You break it down the whole thing. Most High Christ. Right? So Anya ma baya'a. Okay, so let's get this real quick. So this is the ba'a, which means to go, come to go, to enter, right? We have baya'a, which would be like to cause, to bring. Okay, so in the land which I brought, like, or brought from, right? Or let me see. This would be like of, to bring, or of the bringing, but it'd be of cause. You'd more focus on the baya'a, which means to cause to bring, or to cause to go, or to cause to come in, right? And you have afkam, we have shama. Okay, let me get this word. Sham. Okay. Sham can be, let's see, as an adverb, could be there or thither. Right? So if you're saying you bring something, right? If you say ba'a, sham, you bring something there, right? You know, sham can also be, you know, in a different context, it could be name, right? So let's separate them. Let's do this as an adverb. That's like an adverb. Let's do sham as a noun. It means name, right? Like Bahasham. Okay. Okay, where we at on time? 8:40 roughly. Let's do another verse. Why not? All right. Wa haya ba akalkam. All right. So again, we focused on the root word. So the root word here, we already have haya. The root word here would be akal. Akal means what? To eat. All right, well done. We have ma lakam. So ma is a preposition, which means what?
From or
Exactly. Of or from. All right. So of or from or of, we have lakam, which means what?
food or bread.
Okay. And in its first instance, it means bread, but can also mean food generally. Right. We have Arasazar, which is land. We have Tharayam, Tharayamwa. Let me get this word. Rawam. Okay. Hold on. Rawam. All right. So this would be another one where it's like the perfect tense would be ram, which means like lifted, right? Or exalted. Rawam would be like the present tense or the imperfect tense, right? And then, you know, so on and so forth. So let me see. So let's get ram would be to exalt, or to put to lift or exalt. Right? So when you see ram or the ra and the ma, it would be lifted or exalted. Right? Where you see rawam, it'd be more the present tense. Okay? Or if you see rayam, it would be like cause to be exalted. Right? Or like this right here, tha. Matter of fact, I missed the preposition. Right? Tha as a preposition means thou. Thou would be. Right? So it says thou. So tha, rayam. Right? So thou shall cause to be lifted up. Right? Or cause to be lifted or exalted. Right? Then you have tharawama, right? Okay, which is a heave offering, which kind of comes from the word ram, right? So tharawama, Hold on. Let's see if there's a version which is just Tharama. Now it seems to always have this wa, because it's in like the, suppose it's in the present tense, right? The offering of heaving, right down there. The offering of lifting, right? The offering that's heavy. Right? It's a heave offering. Okay, so Tharawama, right? Or Tharawama. Right, so Tharawama is a heave offering. Okay, it's mostly defined contributions, offering, heave offering. Okay, so heave offering in general, I suppose, and contribution. Okay. All right, then you have La Yahweh, which means for the Lord, right, or to the Lord. And then let's see. I think we had a good place. Do y'all want to go through one more verse, or how y'all feeling? Let's do one more verse. Why not? No, we have time. All right, so we have Ra'ashyath, right? Ra'ashyath. This is actually the word that they define as Genesis, right? It means the beginning, the first, so on and so forth, right? It comes from, let me get Ra'ash first. What does Ra'ash mean?
Head or chief.
Head or chief. Okay, so head, chief. Then we have Ra'ashyath. These are words that come from Ra'ash. Right? Ra'ashyath would be the beginning, right? Beginning is kind of first by proxy, but there's another word which specifically means first, right? So we'll define this mainly as beginning. Okay, beginning. I suppose it can be beginning chief. Put beginning and first. Then you have, how would you say first is in like numerical order? Ra'ash 1. Right, Ra'ash 1 would be first. I'll put like numerical. So if you're saying this is my first son, right? You'd use Ra'ash 1. If you're saying this was the beginning or the first of whatever. This was the I mean Genesis, in the beginning. This was the beginning of the Bible. It's the beginning of our historical records, right? Ra'ashyath. Okay, this is the first of our history, right? So on and so forth. Okay, you have Irasathkam. Let me get this. All right, so Ira Yasa. All right, let me let's go down a little bit. Ira Sun. Okay. Okay, so Ira Yasa. Oh, let me see. What was this? This was Ira Sun. Okay, so Ira Yasa. Ira Yasa means a dough or kneading trough. Right, but for the most part, it's the dough. Okay, so to turn something into a dough or ground meal. Okay, you have challah, which we went over this class when we went over like different types of food. Challah is it's like a cake right here or a loaf. Is this the one where it's like a in cake. Okay, so kala, which is a cake. Okay. You have Tharayamwa, which means to lift up or to offer up as a heave offering. We have these words already. We have ka, right? Ka is just the preposition as a heave offering. We have that already. Garan. All right, let's get this word. Garan is a threshing floor. Okay. Okay, go. That's like it. Not garage. I must have got that. Oh, it's like garan. Okay, so threshing floor. Okay. It could be like an open area. A stone basin, trough. So on and so forth. Hard-packed area where grain was threshed, winnowed, and heaped into sheaves. All right, so it's like where all the grain is gathered together and kind of sorted and separated, so on and so forth. All right, so we have then kan, which is a way to say like yes. It's a way to affirm. It's a way of saying like thus or so, like it is so. Right, kan, it's thus. Right, it's correct. So thus, so, therefore, rightly, surely. So kind of in the same vein. You're confirming something, right? Or something is let's see, set upright, or let's see. Therefore, yeah, that's fine. Like you're affirming something, it's thus, it's so. Right, let me put thus, so, or like to affirm. Let's do it like that. Okay. And then you have where are we at? Yeah, Tharayamwa. Then we have Atha. Okay, so Atha is a word. Okay, so it's this Ath. And then what's the Atha? Okay. So I'm not too sure on this one. But it's the Ath that doesn't have a the root here would be the Ath that doesn't have a direct translation. How do I usually write this? It's like I put no translation, but in essence, it's a direct object marker, meaning it tells you what the object of a verb is, right? If something is happening to something, the ath lets you know directly what is the object, right? So in essence, in layman's terms, it tells you what the verb applies to, just to not overcomplicate it. Right? It just tells you what the verb applies to. So you'd find the verb in the sentence, and this is what the verb is, this is what the verb is applying to. I'm overcomplicating again. All right, but in essence, that's what it means. All right, cool. I think there is a good closing point. We've got 10 minutes, so I'm saying give a little bit of a buffer between now and the on the ends. Make sure y'all tune in tonight to On the End radio show hosted by Captain Karathi and Officer Dam Gabar. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm going to go ahead and close out with the salute for the brothers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and salute the brothers. Yahanna Israel, I.M.A.D.I.M. I.M.A.D.I.M. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.I.M. Barak. Yahawah Hashem Yahawah Barakatham. Yad Yamata. Salute the sisters. Sisters stand. All right. Yahanna Israel, I.M.A.D.I.M. I.M.A.D.I.M. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.I.M. Barak. Yahawah Shema Alataba Hashem Yahawah. All right. Yad Yamata. Class dismissed. All right. No sign of Christ. With that, Israel. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Mind over matter, still trying to purge it. If a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud, keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo, like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no, not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill, I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine, I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trust. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bitch. No.